All right, happy Friday. It's a beautiful day out. This is Allison, and this is the last day of my gut talk. So today I want to just kind of wrap up by going over some symptoms of leaky gut. So we kind of talked about this month what the gut does, what the responsibilities of the gut are, all about the gut microbiome and the gut bacteria and their role in our health and the immune system and probiotics and how to heal and all those things and why we get leaky gut. So today I just wanted to finish up with symptoms of leaky gut. I know I had symptoms of leaky gut for a long time, probably at least a decade, and over time mine got worse and worse, and I just added more and more symptoms. Hi, Polly, thanks. And I just added more and more symptoms to my list of complaints. And I know some people think, oh, I'm getting older. I guess it's time to start getting health issues, but I don't really believe that. I think a lot of symptoms that we experience are symptoms from leaky gut. I think a lot of us have it to some degree. I think a lot of our symptoms come from like chemicals and toxins we're exposed to that build up in our body, foods and things that are bad for our health, processed foods. I believe that there's lots of different things that can affect our health, underlying infections we might not know we have. So, and those things can pop up at different times. Stress, lack of sleep. I'm not perfect by any means. I do mess up on my diet, but I try to 80% of the time eat really clean. I don't get enough sleep sometimes. That's just how it goes. But every day I try to do better. And some days I mess up. That doesn't mean I completely sabotage myself and go back to my old ways. But I'll tell you, when I had a lot of symptoms back in 2014, I was eating healthy and I was trying to exercise and doing all the things that I thought were good. But my leaky gut just got worse and worse because I wasn't addressing it. And I didn't know to address it. That was the problem. I didn't know that occurred. I didn't know that was an actual condition. Had blood work checked that was quote unquote normal and didn't have any explanations for why I was feeling that way until I started taking some supplements. And being a physician assistant in traditional medicine, that's how I was trained. I didn't know anything about supplements. I probably only took a vitamin when I was pregnant. And it was probably a chewable, sugar-filled vitamin that didn't really do anything for me. So, we go through things for a reason. I think I went through some things for a reason so I can come outside on the outside of it better off and then learn more about our health and what's going on and to help other people. So anyway, so my symptoms were many. There is a chart that I've seen before this is just about candida overgrowth. And there's probably about maybe 30 symptoms on there. And I think I had 20 something of them. So, thank goodness that the supplements worked. And then I started figuring out why they're working, and then learn more about the body and what's going on. And, unfortunately, that's not talked about a lot in traditional medicine because it's not something that's taught in school. So it's something that you kind of have to seek out. And if you're having symptom after symptom and not getting answers, then I urge you to just do your own research, find a different doctor if that's what it takes. Get to the bottom of what's going on. I always kind of say a symptom is a sign of something underlying wrong with your body. So wouldn't you want to know the cause of it? And, I'm so glad that I figured out the cause of my issues and kind of remove those triggers and was able to heal. So I made a little chart over here on my little blackboard in my kitchen of all the different symptoms of leaky gut. And so I'm going to take some time and show you those, and just think next time you have a symptom and you go, why am I feeling like this? Why am I so tired all the time? There might be an underlying reason. I don't think getting older is a good reason. So take a look at this. I'm going to flip this around. Here we go. This is in my kitchen. So leaky gut, I'm going to come in a little bit closer. So I think the big one obviously is digestive issues. So you got things like gas, bloating, diarrhea, weight loss, malabsorption, gut infections. Candida is a big one. We talked a little bit about candida. Hi, Jessica. So candida overgrowth causes a lot of symptoms. Something called SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, which is not very commonplace, but I think is occurring more. Underlying parasites, all these things we're exposed to, probably don't even know. Allergies are a big one. I will tell you guys, I've had allergies since college, and I'm 40, and for the last 2 years, I've had no issues with allergies. My husband's really happy because I can actually help him in the yard. I don't have a good excuse now why I can't go in the yard and help him. But they're gone, which is awesome, because that would lead to sinus infections and you feel miserable. Asthma, it's a big one. Hormone imbalance, I had that same issue too. So now I don't have any PMS, which is awesome. I don't have PCOS, but it can help. It's associated with PCOS as well, which is polycystic ovarian. Anything autoimmune, and that could be psoriasis, rheumatoid arthritis, any kind of colon that's immune, which is like ulcerative colitis, Crohn's. What else? There's so many different autoimmune things that can go on. Even things like MS and autism and things like that can be related to leaky gut. Come over here, chronic fatigue. Now, I know sometimes I'm just tired, and that could be related to not getting enough sleep, but I'll tell you, but back in like 2014, I had fatigue like no other. Fatigue like that your muscles are so tired that going up the stairs wears you out. And like I said, I worked out all my life. So it's more than just being tired. It's like you're fatigued and you don't want to get out of bed and you're just tired all the time and you're miserable. Fibromyalgia, which is kind of like you have different pain points in the body. So you'll be actually like sore to touch in different parts of your muscles. Mood imbalances, just because it says leaky gut doesn't mean it's all about the gut. Remember, it's immune system tied. It's tied to your brain. Your gut's your second brain, production of lots of neurotransmitters. So anxiety, depression, ADHD, all those things can be related. And I can tell you that my anxiety is like mostly non-existent. Now I might have some situational things that go on, but I started having anxiety in my late 20s, and it got worse and worse and worse, and had a panic attack and just had all kinds of issues. And until I addressed my gut, nothing else worked. So I'm super happy about that. I can actually live my life like I want now. Skin issues, that was me as well. Acne, rosacea, eczema, all related to leaky gut. Excess weight. So if you're having trouble losing weight, gaining weight, that can all be gut related. So it's not your fault per se, I guess, if you're overweight. I mean, there's other underlying causes that can cause it. So the whole idea that you need to eat less and exercise more is old news. That should not be said anymore. So think about that. And candida overgrowth can make you want to eat sugar and crave sugar. So that's a real thing. Frequent colds, so just getting sick all the time, because again, our immune system is in our gut. So think about that. And joint pain and muscle pain. So that's a pretty comprehensive list. So just think about that when you're dealing with symptoms, and think about, okay, let's see about addressing my leaky gut and try to heal that. So remember all the things we talked about in previous videos about how food can be triggered, underlying infections, toxins, stress, alcohol, medications. So just try to look at what you're eating, what you're taking, what you're exposed to, and try to limit that as much as you can. So, I'll get into other videos as time goes on about some of these things and just the things that I've done over time to kind of help that along. So, but just think about what you're doing, and, look for more information on leaky gut. I'll tell you, there's lots of resources out there. Dr. Axe, I think, was probably one of the first doctors I kind of came across online that has a lot of good information. Dr. Mark Hyman's a big functional medicine doctor. Dr. Mercola, Dr. Perlmutter. So there's lots of different doctors that you can find online to find some reputable sources. And then again, that Alessio Fasano is the doctor that has kind of termed the phrase leaky gut. So he's got, lots of research on that and things like that. So anyway, thank you for tuning in, and it's Friday. Enjoy the day. It's a beautiful day in Texas. So, and I will start a new series next month. I think I'm going to talk about thyroid because it's so important. And that was one of my issues I dealt with, and I'm still in a work in progress, but doing better. So you guys enjoy the weekend and hope it doesn't rain too much. Thank you.